Good morning. How's everyone doing today? It's Nate Everyday I'm Hustlin, and with me today is Tommy the Bargain Effect.
What up?
Anthony
What up? What
is
up?
in Disneyland or Disney World, so he will not be with us today. He might sneak in. We never know.
Yeah, you never know. And I got a piece of him here with us.
I don't have my shirt near me. I would show the shirt. I think it's in the wash. But I have a
I know.
Pittsburgh shirt.
I know. He wasn't off the plane a half hour, and he was sending pictures to me at Goodwill.
Oh, he ended up going to Goodwill or whatever. I didn't
God,
get really a chance to talk to him.
he sent me a picture of Goodwill, and the picture was kind of blurry, and he was like, well, I tried to get a good picture of it. It's kind of blurry because Ashley drives like Grand Prix driver or something like that, something to that effect. But he's already spotting out where they're at.
Yeah, I was hoping to get some good sourcing in, especially the first couple days, because he's not gonna really have a lot of time. I know he said yesterday that today and yesterday was going to be like kind of up in the air type of day. So it'll be interesting to see how that all works out and what he brings back.
Right? He didn't get into Orlando till late though because his flight was delayed going out.
Yeah, I did see that.
You
Yeah,
know,
work was crazy yesterday, so I didn't really get to chat with him or try to talk to him that much. Then I came home and passed out. I forgot to start to put a StreamYard out for today's show, so I apologize for anyone who was looking for it yesterday.
Good. Got a lot of good mornings in here already. Good morning, everybody.
I'll do
Good,
the I'll
good
do
Thursday.
the good mornings this
All
morning
right.
since Anthony's not here. We have Steampunk Town with the first one for the brownie points.
Where's the bro?
Congratulations.
Got it right there. Oh,
We got Kelly the Ecom Mom Ward. Good morning. We have Alexis. Good morning. B&K or BK Vending and Flipping. Good morning. Sand Good morning. Reseller Man. What is up? Amy. Good morning. Moronic Pest. Good morning. In at the Flip It. Hello. DC Sales. Master of the license plate. Good
I was
morning.
hoping you were gonna say it.
I was trying to make sure I was right. I was thinking I'm pretty sure that's her. Anthony always says that, so I always I always hear it and I always know she because I definitely want to get a license plate. I just keep forgetting to order
Yeah,
one.
I do too. But I'm gonna wait till spring because I want to put it on my truck and why beat it up through winter, you know?
Right. We have Diane Matthews. Good morning. Eric Bischoff. What's up? I seen you at the Beard Pickers channel this morning while I was at the doctor's. Philly Picker. What is up? Crocker Lockers. How you doing? Michelle Lathan. Good morning. Myra Lane. Good morning. And Bad Dog. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I actually just came across Crocker Locker's channel. I don't know how I didn't with there. They got some good content on there too.
Yeah, I got to check out. I only got to check out one of his videos. It was the last one that he created or whatever. But I met him through Grimes Finds.
Yeah, that's where I found them. I was in one Grimes premiere, and I always check out people that are in there. I check out their channels as it's scrolling through. I was like, oh, this one looks pretty interesting. Keep an eye on it.
I like to look at different channels and at least watch one video, and then I usually add them to my repertoire because I try to watch everybody. With me working full time, it's hard for me to really catch everybody, but I try to support everybody and definitely some good content. So anybody who sees them out in the chat, check them out. Click them three dots.
For sure. And even if you weren't working, well, if you were selling full time, dude, I sell full time. I don't go anywhere to punch a clock. I have YouTube on all day while I'm working. I got two setups here, and I have YouTube on all day, just listening. And I still don't have enough time to catch everybody.
Yeah,
There's just so much out there.
yeah.
I try to balance it out though.
I would have to have two monitors. Like I would have to because now like I have the premium, so like on my phone, like I can listen and do other stuff at the same time. But if I'm sourcing and stuff like that, I still want to watch and see what's going on instead of having to flip back and forth, or whatever.
Yeah. There's times where I even watch two videos at one time. Because I mean, this is I'll give you a sample here. This is my setup. Stretch my cord out here. I got one there. That's my usually where I'm watching stuff. This is where I'm doing my work. This is my other screen to help my work. There's my tablet. So
Yeah, you got a real nice setup there.
yeah. So I sometimes I'm watching 2-3 videos at a time if stuff's on that I just don't want to miss, especially when there's auctions.
Yeah.
I'll like watch an auction and I'll watch a regular video, and it's like I don't want to miss nothing.
Yeah, I definitely want to get at least a second monitor to. Like, I have my tablet and stuff, but I don't use it as much as I probably should. I probably should run use a tablet and that and run dual stuff or whatever.
Yeah, it's just nice, man. Especially when you're working and cross posting, it makes it real easy.
See, Eric Bischoff said they had 44 sales yesterday. Lower baller selling out, and Amazon running out of stock. Looking forward to this weekend. Yeah, I've sold some more higher dollar stuff recently, and one item that it was really great profits. I think I was making 40, and I spent 10 on it. I don't know if I have any more stock, or I would say what it is. Let me see if I have any stock on it. I'll say what it is. I got it at the Target. It was amazing deal.
Yeah, Moronic Pest says he's an auction lurker, just in case something catches his eye or ear. That's me too. I don't buy a lot in the online auctions because I have so much that I got a list already. But just in case one of them deals come up, like when I bought them clothes from Anthony, I couldn't believe nobody bid on them.
Yeah,
great clothes, and I know $25 shipped, and I know I'm going to make at least $350 off of them. So just in case deals like that come by, I just listen all the time.
I have one more in stock, so I can't say what it is, but I will soon. I will tell you guys soon.
And Reseller King, he's got a new video dropping today, so everybody make sure they check out that for sure. It's called Versus. It's where I take T sets of lottery tickets with the same number and see which one is the winner. T sets? I'm gonna have to check it out because I'm a little bit confused.
So I would love to hear from the chat and hear from Tommy. Like, how's everyone's sales been so far this fourth quarter and lately? I think this week is really going to be a huge push because, let's face it, if you don't order it now, especially if you're buying it off anything but Amazon, that cutoff date is here basically or coming close. So I had a pretty good sales day. My gross sales were I had $400 some in sales, which is pretty good for me. It's definitely above average. And 2 items on eBay, and yesterday I had 3 items, so it seems to be picking up. How's your sales been, Tommy?
My sales have been today's been pretty good since about 2 o'clock this morning. Yesterday was acceptable, but not anything braggable. It's been slow for me the last couple of weeks, but I know that has to do with the time of the year. I anticipate being slow, which during like fourth quarter, and I need to change that for next year because of the type of stuff I sell. It's not really stuff that people would buy for gifts. They'll buy it for themselves, not going to buy it for their gifts. I think it was Eric Bischoff asked if things sell in January. My busiest months are January through March, because now everybody's spending their gift cards and tax money and all of that with me.
Exactly. Yeah, that is like I basically say the fourth quarter is extended to the end of January because of that fact. And then after that, you also have to remember tax season starts to come, so everyone starts getting that tax money. So almost fourth quarter comes to me almost can go to like middle of like February to the end of February, sometimes depending on what you have in the inventory and stuff like that. Last year in January. I just started Amazon, so I can't really say how that goes. But I'm going to guarantee and say that basically with Amazon it's going to be full steams ahead all the way through January.
Uh, yeah. See, for the last 3 years in a row, March has been my highest sales month. It just starts in January and just keeps going, peaks out at March. Then I fall off a little bit, and then around June, I get slow.
Yeah.
I, so I got to change that. I got to get more inventory in for those seasons that slow down.
Yeah, basically for me it's more the buying season once Christmas is over. Like I already have a full plan to really hit up a lot of Christmas stuff and just kind of stash it away, especially the lights and stuff, because those sell all year round. I won't have to wait as long for that stuff. But I want to start getting into them as like a cycle of this the sales of the season. So, say for example, Christmas stuff's on sale. Now I'm selling Valentine's Day stuff or Easter stuff after that. And that stuff starts kicking around. So, I think if you can purchase stuff like that and buy it in, maybe not huge amounts, but enough where you're not going to kill your cash flow. And you could really cycle through some of that stuff and every year kind of get bigger. I mean, that'd
Exactly.
be amazing.
I was just talking to Destiny about that, and I was like, we have a storage container like that you see on the boats and people are building houses out of and stuff. We just have personal things in there. But I told her, I said, we need to organize that stuff. The stuff that's been in that storage has been in there for a couple of years. Let's just get rid of it because we haven't used it. We don't miss it. Make some room in there. And then when like bulk.com and liquidation.com and stuff has these after Christmas liquidations that nobody's buying because they're like, well, it ain't Christmas. It ain't going to sell.
Right.
Buy that shit, throw it in the container, start listing it end of August, for Christmas and stuff.
Exactly.
It'd
Yeah.
be nice to have inventory, like you say, almost in a 1 year cycle.
Yeah. If you
Buy
can,
it when it's cheap.
yeah, if you can get into that groove of buying out the seasons, it's going to take some money up and eat some money of your capital. But once you reach that point where you're finally starting to sell that first batch, it's going to basically, whatever you're going to sell and your profits can go into that next season stuff that you're going to buy, that just went out of on sale 90% or 75% or whatever the case is.
For sure.
Because like last year, I got the tail end of some Christmas stuff and I sent it in and being new to Amazon, I sent it in, in January last year. So I paid a little bit of storage fees on it or whatever, but it wasn't anything like huge. It was uh, like just some decoration type stuff, and it was like real thin, so it wouldn't take up a lot of a lot of space or anything like that. But yeah, don't send it until I would say probably like a few, like September-ish, right around that time, because people will start, grabbing it here and there then. And then, this way it's in stock and you'll be able to sell it right away when people start buying it.
All right.
That was my first mistake of Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. Shane said that's what Suburban Beer does. He buys it all cheap, sends it off to Amazon. But yeah, like you say, we'd throw it in our storage locker. If we're buying it January, February, we just throw it in our container and then bring it out. Probably start organizing it at the beginning of August so we can get it listed end of August through the middle of September.
Di Matthew says she's done well with Q4 Christmas stuff. Last was in a bulk case I bought after Christmas last year. Yeah, I mean it's a good way to source it. We look at that stuff like after Christmas is all it's just Christmas stuff, but there's definitely some good profits in it. Just the only thing to make sure is just make sure it doesn't have any of the 2019 Christmas stuff. Make sure it's just kind of like just basic Christmas stuff with no years on it or anything like that. I mean, you could still make money on that type of stuff because if anyone's watched Reselling Addicts, they had Christmas decorations that had years on it and actually got decent money for it. So, it doesn't have to, you won't get as much that you probably would if it didn't, but there's still money involved to get it. So I know with garage sales and everything, when we're outsourcing and stuff like that, I'm gonna start looking at more of the Christmas stuff earlier and faster because like usually we see that it's a dime a dozen. People are
Right.
just giving it away, and here it is. Like like for example, I bought a whole village under front of our Christmas tree with a tote and snow and the little figures for it and everything for $10. A tote by itself is like $2 at least. You know what I mean? So like I spent $8 basically on on the whole Christmas village. So
Yep.
Kelly, that's one thing I'm definitely gonna do. I gotta get my merchant fulfilled up for next year for Christmas. This way I can sell toys merchant fulfilled all the way through because this year I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough sales in merchant fulfilled to be able to do that for my toys. Well, I didn't really have any toys I guess I really send out this year because I was gated. But next year is really going to be an open. I'm really going to open all the doors of Amazon and really go into it.
So you do some merchant fulfilled?
There's a couple items that um, Amazon says that they won't let. They consider it hazmat or like someone basically either that or someone screwed up the listing where it's hazmat and they won't accept it in the warehouse. So I'll do it on some of those items. But yeah, that's either that or if it's a real slow moving item and I kind of cross posted with eBay. Sometimes I'll do that and then I'll just take it out of one or the other. Like I sold some markers once that I got real cheap and uh, someone bought them all like from on Amazon. Just bought them all like a bunch of different like the main colors like for like a dry erase board. I think they were.
Oh,
Someone
okay.
bought them all, so it was like a really good sell, and it was everything I sell is merchant field. I just have it added in the price or whatever. So
DC Cells is asking, is gating different for merchant fulfilled or FBA? Can you be gated in FBA but still be able to sell it merchant fulfilled?
no, it would be the same exact thing for that. Like the only advantage to being able to do merchant field, especially during the fourth quarter, is if like you see stuff that you see Black Friday, like how Anthony picked up some video games and stuff like that. If Anthony wanted to, and if he was able to, because he wasn't able to either, because he was really young to the platform and didn't have any FB or merch fulfilled. But he could have got them games, hurried up and just listed them real quick on Amazon as merch fulfilled, and could have got sales instantly. Where because that price is because of the Black Friday deal, the price is going to just basically tick down and to the point where it's going to be minimal prices. So it's the first one that gets to the prize first and throws it up has the best chance of making that big bulk, chunk of money.
Right.
So like for those items, you could send them in FBA and hope like a lot of the merch fulfill ones and everything else kind of sell out, or it gets close to Christmas like where we're at now, and people are like frantically buying stuff because of the fast shipping and the prime shipping.
So by the time
So
you get it home and process it and send it in, you're taking a chance of a price dip.
yeah, I mean it could drop $10, just because of the heavy competition and stuff like that. So that's a huge advantage that you would have if you can do it like that. With anything, it doesn't have to be video games. Anything that would be like a hot item or a huge discounted item that's kind of seems to be on sale like every year. Like I know they had them like the mini fridges. Like say that was something that you wanted to buy a bunch of because like say they had a specific one that was real popular, or maybe they didn't have a lot of them that the demand was real high. Excuse me. Um, you just buy a bunch of them, merch fulfill them, and then ship them off or whatever, and you're the first one with the cheapest price because you got it for such a good deal compared to what maybe the other vendors had them at, or maybe they had them from last year and they're just sticking to their prices. So another question. Myra
I
asked, "Is if is the red totes is that holiday inventory?" Now that just happened to be the totes that I bought on at Walmart. They were think are like $1 a piece, and I bought like a whole bunch of them. They had like 40 of them or something, so I bought them all. That was the one time Brickseek was on the money for me. I was happy for that because I needed totes because I didn't have any. I just kind of used my shelves for the longest time, but then I started getting more and more into the garage sales and stuff, and then, I'm running out of areas to kind of put stuff on shelves, so I just switched to the totes, and I use it for my clothes and everything like that too.
All right. Check out Ed's Flippin said, "Yep, just had a friend find a hot toy. She bought 60 and had them listed merchant fulfilled. By the time she got to her car, sold all 60 that day and made 580 profit.
Yeah,
Hubby
exactly.
had to help her ship."
Yeah, that like if everyone remembered the video with Spirited Picker and the Monopoly for Millennials, they had that news story about it. He ended up having all that stock, and it was an item that wasn't sold everywhere, so everyone was like, yeah, I have to get it, I have to get it. So they bought it on Amazon because very few WalMarts had them. I know they didn't have them in my area until basically the price tanked, and they kind of spread them around. And he sold and made thousands upon thousands of dollars that day. I can't remember the exact number he shipped, but it was a lot of monopolies, a lot of them.
DS, what's the hot toy? Yeah, if she sold out, tell us.
Right, D? I want to know what it is.
Hey, here's my question. As a as a buyer, if somebody goes and say, you know, Anthony lists a video game, merch fulfilled. Say, I don't know, they're buying a game for $40, right? So he fills it and he ships it himself. So it's probably going to take 3 days to get there. And they get there. Now there's a price drop. This person that bought it, if they see that price drop, could just send it back to rebuy it at the lower price, right?
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
Amazon
See,
won't
that's what
match
I.
third party prices. Yeah, like if you go on like Walmart site for example and say like their price was cheaper than um, their in store price for some odd reason, they wouldn't match that price because it's an independent seller versus like them, Amazon.com or whatever.
No, I'm saying you know, okay, say you and Anthony both, you're out 2 days before him and you see these, right?
Right.
So you grab them and you sell them in to FBA, and a few other people do that into FBA. And Anthony finds them, brings them home. He's like, "Oh, they're not listed on Amazon yet, or they're still high because your stuff hasn't reached the warehouse." So he merchant fulfills it. So he sells it for more money. Now you guys have your what do you call them, price
Price tank.
repricers and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So you're battling. You drop the price. Now this dude gets his video game and says, "Oh, I just received this today, but now they're $20 on Amazon. So I'm going to return this one and I'm going to buy it for 20 to save $20."
Right. It definitely can happen. Like that's one of the things. Like I don't know, with the video games, with the price tanking the way it does, that's why like I didn't really try and get them that, and plus I couldn't merch for film, so I just kind of stayed out the game with them. But yeah, that happens on a lot of different things. It can. I think on a lot of the items I had, like the competition was there, but it wasn't to that point where it dropped like tremendously, cheap. So I didn't have to really worry about anything this year.
So that's why I think when I get in and going on Amazon, I'm going to look for stuff that there probably really isn't too much price drops because they're like, I don't know, what do you call them, evergreen items. Those are the type of items I want to look for, the replenishables that are going to continuously sell and always sell because people need them and run out and got to get more.
Yeah, like the one thing that when you do get into Amazon, like I know you have your account and you just kind of really haven't done anything with it.
Right.
The keep it charge is so important because it'll show you the historic pricing of items. So, for example, say you get a great deal and you're like, well, I'm just going to keep my price or whatever. But say like every year something goes on sale around that time, like that item goes on sale, and you see the price just dip really low.
Right.
then you want to be more competitive during that period that before the price tanks, or if you know it sells better during that time, like that's why keep is so important. You could basically
Well, I do see
forecast
that.
like that stuff.
I do see, like, I know you have the paid version of Keep, but
Mm,
I just have the Keep extension in my browser, which actually does it'll show you like the graph of the last year of the sales, pricing, and it even the free version it even shows like merchant fulfilled versus FBA, you know.
right.
So I do look at it. I don't, but that doesn't do me no good when I'm outsourcing because I don't have it on my phone.
Yeah, I wish they would really get an app for it. Like I'll if I'm gonna buy something pretty deep, I'll just go into it and pull it up on my phone and find the ASIN from Amazon, or just type it in Amazon.com and then
Do
find the
they
item and punch it
do
in.
they have a free version on the app?
What do you mean?
The
Uh,
the Keepa charts?
Look who's here.
Who's there?
What up?
What's cracking? Does he know he's on?
I don't
What's
know.
up,
He's eating.
guys?
What up?
What's happening?
Guys, Mike, but we should be leaving this place in a little bit. I'll try to pop back in a little bit because you guys look frozen to me on my end.
Yeah, you look frozen
What's
on
up,
our end.
everybody in the chat? Good to see everyone.
Cool.
That's awesome. I'm glad he's having a good time out and about. Yeah, Eric, Inventory Labs is probably going to be the one thing I'm going to dive into first of the year. He said Keepa is on their app. Oh, it's on the Inventory Labs app.
Anthony's gonna try to pop back in as soon as they leave that place. So keep an eye on your green room.
Anteflip says, "Be careful. This was a week ago. The price may have tanked. It only worked Marchman Field and the White Ball Zuzu 5 Surprise Mini Brands balls. I don't even know what that is. See, I'm missing out. I don't even know the hottest toy. My kids didn't tell me about this. They're grounded. Ray, you're grounded. You didn't tell me about Zuru. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was something that I used that it kind of popped it out of like the app or whatever. I can't remember, but it's something I'm definitely going to have to start using just for the speed. It's going to save me a lot of time, and it will really simplify a lot of things that I do for my shipments and things like that. Because now I'm hoping to go, basically as soon as Christmas is over, I'm going to start making calls to wholesalers and getting some wholesale deals set up in place, and possibly even sell them, you know, hopefully year round. Not only just like a 10 item thing, but just full, all the way around.
Sure, I'm just reading through chat here.
Can I ask everyone what is the split between using eBay, Amazon, and other local markets? Macari Poshmark. You mean with like with shopping or sales? Like if it's me shopping, um, I go to Amazon more often than not. They just seem to be either the same price as eBay on a lot of stuff I buy, or I just need it faster, so I'll pay an extra dollar or whatever the case may be. And now for my business model, I'm basically, I would say, 80% or more Amazon, and then the rest would be eBay. Trying to sprinkle some Macari in there. He wanted to know the selling part of it. Yeah, for me, Amazon is about 80%. eBay's about 20%. I'm trying to get Macari going. I don't do anything local. My Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that is it's pretty rough, but it's something I want to start, expanding because, like I said, I want to get to that full time. So the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to do everything on like as much as I can and as big as I can. So with that, I want to be able to buy and both anything and just sell it. Good morning, Tracy. How are you today?
eBay is my primary, and I'd say the runner up is Macari. I had my first return on Macari.
Really?
Yeah, they said that it was a pair of jeans, and they said that they were falsely advertised because they weren't the size that was on the tag. And Macari, I never had a return before, so I didn't know what to do. They didn't give me an option to like accept or deny the return. They just said they'll be reviewing it and they'll let me know within 1 to 2 days. And they closed it out. They denied their return because they went through, I guess, and looked at all the pictures and the descriptions, and we put measurements and everything. I expected to return. I just didn't know how to handle it, and then they denied the return. I kind of wanted it because it was a cheap return, so therefore it wouldn't have been like a big loss
Right.
on shipping or anything. So I still don't know how returns work when you actually have a return. I kind of wanted it to go through so I knew how it worked.
Reseller King asked me if I've ever sourced anything off eBay to resell on Amazon. I have not. Um, I've tried to find some lots to maybe possibly break down and sell on eBay, but I haven't found anything yet that I was able to buy and to resell. But I know there's opportunities on there because we touched this yesterday. Was I here was on and there's DVD combos and stuff. Sometimes you'll find for really good deals and you can resell them and you know maybe make $40 or even more depending on what you find them for and stuff like that. So there's definitely opportunities out there where you can do that.
Hey, we should have Tracy slide in here, and she can sub for Anthony.
Yeah, we could do that.
Tracy, come on with us. We're a person short than normal. And I haven't talked to you in a while because I've been sleeping on your late nights.
Mom is in the house.
She's
Hey,
getting in the
Mama.
bath. That's all right. You can still come in. Bet you we get more views.
We'll go viral.
That would help boost the show, man. Uniquely me, live from the bathtub.
I'd have to go. I'd have to turn the live off and start retitle it and everything. Yeah, that's one thing I definitely want to do is just spread my I want to spread my wings to all these different platforms because I don't want to rely on Amazon solely, and you really can't because of returns. You want to have at least one secondary platform, but I want to try and use Macari, and I definitely want to use Poshmark because I like buying clothes. Um, the clothes have done. People are selling me the clothes on Poshmark's like very very good, and I've done okay on eBay with it. But I think that now that that niche market is taking flight and really doing pretty well, that people are looking at Poshmark as the area, place to get clothes and stuff like that versus eBay. And then now with Goodwill, charging more and a lot of people not buying, like the resellers like us, not buying stuff for full price. People are actually shopping there for, their own personal and saving money too.
Tracy said you should give a girl some notice. How's Monday morning? We got family flips on tomorrow, but she's not doing anything. It'd be cool to have her on Monday.
we can have her and Tommy come on and invade the morning show like we're
Maybe we can actually get Tommy in here this time. Maybe he won't have his poopy problem.
right. Tracy said Monday it is.
Awesome. So Monday, everybody, don't miss Tracy. Uniquely Me will be joining us.
She may or may not be from the bath.
Right. That's her option. Bring Tommy with you if you can.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have him on the show. We haven't had him.
Well,
I
he was
don't.
supposed to be on
Yeah,
with
he's
her
supposed to be
last
on.
time.
Right. But he wasn't. He hasn't. I don't think he's been on the show yet. No, I don't think
No.
so. So has your fourth quarter sales have been what you expected, Tommy? Or you thought they were going to
Yeah,
be a little
mine
bit
are
better?
exactly what I expected. Like I say, they're not horrible. Like I'm not starving or nothing,
Right.
but they're, like I say, I slow down during fourth quarter. It's my first quarter that I look forward to. So I just take advantage of listing and getting stuff caught up for the first quarter. I prep more for first quarter than I do for fourth. Like I say, I want to change that. I don't want to be seasonal anymore. I do really, really well in the beginning of the year, and then usually August through September, October, I do really well, and then I slow off. And I want to start sourcing product that'll sell well through those times too.
Bad Dog asked, anyone tried Bonanza? I got on after Thanksgiving. I have 9 sales so far. I believe the traffic is driven from Google. I've heard people talk about it. Uh, I buy Sell Sparkles said that she tried as well, and she said she didn't like it. I've heard people talk about it, but I haven't tried it. It's really hard for me to really switch or add anything more than what I'm doing right now, and that's why I'm gonna start using like inventory labs and different things like that to kind of try and save a little more time, when I'm shipping and stuff, so I can do a little bit more, especially on the YouTube side. I want to start doing more of the uploaded content and stuff. It's
I,
hard doing
I
the
did
Amazon stuff.
I did Bonanza and I dropped them because you can link Bonanza. You don't really have to do much with it. You can link it and sync it right with your eBay.
Oh, really?
So when you list on eBay, it'll automatically, all by itself, without you doing anything, be imported to Bonanza. But I ended up dropping them because they messed me up 3 times, because when something sells on Bonanza, they're supposed to also automatically remove it off of eBay. And they didn't on 3 items. So then it sold on eBay with me not even realizing it's still listed. And then I had cancellation dings. So I'm like, well, screw that, because the sales weren't coming enough to make it worthwhile getting them dings. I mean, I was pulling maybe 1 or 2 sales a month off of Bonanza.
Uh,
And if you want to drive any real traffic to it, they want 30%.
wow.
Because you can pick. Okay, I think the least is, what is it, 9%? You can give them 9%, and they're only going to show you traffic on Bonanza. And then you can give them 15%, and they're going to show you traffic on a couple different platforms. But actually, to get into Google and decent searches, you got to give them like 30%. I'm like, screw that.
Yeah, Bad Dog said the fees are 3 to 9%.
Yeah, for the lowest platform. But you pick what fees you want to give them, and that depends on how many people they're going to show you to.
Yeah, they said that it ended each listing okay so far. So maybe they fixed that part of it
Maybe
or
they
whatever.
did, because I dropped it over a year ago. So maybe they worked that kink out.
CSS Sales says, my first year. Anyone else do a poop job of realizing how much time holidays take to get a business dip for it? I don't understand the dip for it. Yeah, I mean, like next year for me is really going to be like my, it's going to be me really like going full stride with everything I got to really like, give full time a go and everything, and I'm going to really ramp things up. So next year's holidays, it's really going to be a lot. I hope it to be. I hope my sales like this year are going to be like 50% more, like a big jump from this month last year and everything else. Um, like with the preparation and the kids and everything, like for Christmas for me, it's busy.
That still says talking about take a hit on the business side because we didn't plan well for how much else we have going on. Yeah, I mean that slows down my listing most definitely because you got the kids, they want to decorate the house, and you're spending time arranging family things, and there's a lot more going on for us during fourth quarter than there is like in the summer. In the summer, it's just like fishing and playing at the water parks, but in the winter, it seems like, wow, I'm not doing as much. I'm not as active, but yet I'm doing more
Right.
than what I do in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, like with my job and stuff too. Like it's kind of seasonal too because during the summer months we don't do business to the schools, so it's kind of slows down. So I'm able to do more during the summer. Where like with Christmas and stuff like that, like for example, yesterday I didn't get out of work till about 11:30 or so last night, and then I came home and did a few things and fell asleep in my chair till 5 in the morning, and then I rolled up into bed for a few minutes or a few hours and popped on in with you guys, and I try to get a lot. It's very hard to try and get everything done personally, and business, in your business as well. Like if I didn't have my wife helping me do as much as she does, there'd be no way I would be able to do as much as I do.
Tracy says, I made a conscious decision to slow down for holidays, family first. Very grateful that I can choose to do that.
Yeah, like
For
I know
sure.
with the Amazon sourcing, because like basically anything I send in now, it probably won't make it for Christmas because by the time it gets there, it's going to take them probably an extra day or two just to get there. Even if I ship it in state, it'll probably take an extra day, and then for them to open it up and add it to inventory, probably would be open. I don't know if people would actually get it, which I'd get a lot of people that basically would order stuff and then cancel once they realize that it's going to be coming after Christmas or whatever because of all the movement. So I've kind of slow down everything I have going on for the most part with sourcing, um, trying to just bulk up the cash flow and do like I was talking about earlier with the seasonal stuff. I want to get a lot of the Christmas stuff and just stash it away. So I'm basically preparing myself for all that, and all the Christmas stuff is purchased and bought. I made to lay away and picked up everything. So the wife's happy, and I just have to buy two little things yet, and which isn't going to be a problem. I just order on Amazon, and Christmas shopping will be done, and then it will take probably like a day and a half to wrap everything. I tried to budget our Christmas shopping for the kids to a certain level, and it went way overboard. So I kept finding deals for stuff on Amazon and eBay for like half price on stuff that they love. So I was like, well, this will be an extra. This will be an extra. This will be another thing. But yeah, I hope next year that my, merchant fulfilled will be a bigger part of the business model too, um, especially during the fourth quarter. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of different things.
I haven't. Hunting Tripler says, what I've seen is the quality of items in thrift stores has been fantastic. Has anyone else noticed the uptick in the quality of used items in December? Not me, not in my area. I am in a smaller area though. And I haven't noticed that. I haven't noticed it in the past either. When our item qualities seem to go up for what I sell, again, is like after Christmas because people got new things, so they donate their older ones. Otherwise, we pretty much got garbage around here in December.
Honestly, I haven't went to a Goodwill or any thrift store in a few months, to be honest. And I should be. Like I said, I kind of went full blown Amazon crazy the last month or so. I mean, and it's paying off, but now my eBay's like slacking. Like I noticed my listings, like I was over 350, which for me was a good bit because it was the highest I've ever been, and now I'm stuck at I think it's like 335. So I've sold 14 items and not replenished that back up. So a working hangout will be coming to a YouTube near you. I'll be getting some work done this weekend. So I need a little bit of cash flow.
I need to get a lot of work done too, man. So I'm not going anywhere. I know I was supposed to be like in hangouts last weekend. We were supposed to get together and do some OBS stuff, but I ended up either doing so much running around. Plus, my body said, "Nope, you're taking a shutdown." When I was home, but this weekend, man, we'll get together on the tubes and do some stuff because I can't go anywhere. I gotta get stuff done here.
I know Reselling Addicts wants to check that out too, which because they want to do something with that.
Thank you.
So we'll definitely be setting up something with that.
He's on
Either
Disney.
Friday or Saturday. If I don't do the OBS on Friday, then we'll do it Saturday, and then we'll do a working hangout on Friday or Saturday. One of the two will flip flop. We'll let you know. Just watch for the for the reminders for the upcoming lives, and I'll have it up there when we'll have going on.
Yeah. First thing, Jasmine brought me a fresh cup of coffee, and she looks at the screen. First thing she said is, "Where's Anthony?"
It feels so weird not having him around.
Yeah, it does. We're not complete.
Right. The beard is crying. It's weeping. It couldn't even put any line tamer in it this morning. It was too wet from the tears. Kelly, the Econ Mom says she's up 25% on eBay sales. That's awesome. Nice. I know she's killing it on Amazon, so that means she's up all around. So that's great.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna look real quick. I think I'm down. Most definitely down. I'm sure.
Pittsburgh, the beard is crying. You're not here. It's weeping. Tears of sadness.
See, I'm actually down 12.1%, but I'm up 8.9 from last year.
I have to figure out how I can look at that because I have no idea how to.
Well, I should say in the last 31 days, I'm down 12.1%, but up 8.9 from the same time last year. So at least and that's what I'm happy as long as every year is better than the year before.
That's why I'm so excited about I'm getting close to complete my first year at Amazon, so I can kind of base things on that. Like the first couple of months, I can't really base it on anything because obviously my inventory was nothing in there, but I'm excited to see that grow even more, and then I definitely want to get my eBay rocking and rolling too.
There's Anthony. We got Anthony in chat.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, I seen him in there. That's why I said the beard was weeping.
I just noticed I was looking at my eBay. You guys having fun yet? I know you got in late last night. So it's like horrible at the Character Warehouse. I was going to show you guys the deals there. Wi-Fi is, yeah. You think with all the money that Disney has, you think they'd have supreme Wi-Fi?
Their Wi-Fi should be so good it should be like plugged into your you're basically plugged into the router. It should be so good.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see some pics of Ashley dumpster diving in the Character Warehouse.
Yeah. Did you make your way around back?
They probably have like security back there. They probably like.
I bet they do, man. I bet they do. What up, BK?
West Max Gary's in the house. What's up?
Ooh, he's in about 10 minutes early.
Yeah. He must have woke up early this morning. He always comes around the same time, so I always know it's like the halfway mark.
They didn't even have Wi-Fi there. Just
Really?
trying to use the other stores.
That's crazy. I would definitely think like basically like the whole like Disney wherever you're at is basically under this like dome of Wi-Fi that's like so amazing. You would think.
Right?
Like I thought they would have something where you would probably have to pay
They
to use
probably
it,
don't want people recording their stuff for some reason.
probably for liability reasons. Like if something would go chaotically wrong and someone happened to be recording or something, then they have it on video.
I want to see his success on, like he was talking about going live from the parks and stuff. And I want to see how well that works out. Cause I'm looking for. I've never been to Disney at all, ever. So I have to live my young inner child through Anthony on lives.
I've went there. I think I was once when I was younger, and I mean it's nothing what it is now.
Anthony said, "Nice mug, Tommy." Of course, I had to have a piece of you here with me, Anthony.
Tommy says they're having lunch with a couple pickers today. That is awesome. Rob and Lisa are very cool, man. I'm sure Lisa will have you cracking up the whole time.
Yeah,
Speaking of merch, I have merch, people. I have merch. It's on my eBay store. I have t-shirts, hoodies, and some coffee mugs. I have one that's a color changing and a regular mug. I think 11 and 15 ounce regular coffee mug and the color changing one. So
those
I'm
color
gonna
changing ones are cool.
have to grab my store here. I'll throw it in the chat. I almost forgot about it. I don't have any stickers yet because I'm gonna get Tommy to mass produce some for me so I can sticker my whole house. My kids will probably have them everywhere.
Make. I'm gonna make you some wallpaper sheets, dude.
That'd actually be a pretty good idea. Actually, I'll do like a backdrop with just like my logo, just like stick it everywhere. That would actually be a great idea.
Hey, you could do a whole wall of your logo like you have back here. But what we'll do is we'll print them out and cut them into puzzle pieces. So you got to put it together. What up, Pat D? No, he's in Disney. He's down there in Florida.
He's having a good old time with his wife. They deserve it. They have a whole week scheduled. There's a link for my store. If anybody wants to check it out, nobody buys anything. That's cool. Just wanted to put it out there. But if you did, it'd be cool. I appreciate it. Stickers coming soon.
They're gonna charge them a cleaning deposit fee. He's gassed. Some guy's gonna sink in the upholstery, and they're gonna get the car back and be like, "Man,
You better vape heavily in that car to make up for it. It'd be it's a business expense. Save some money. Where's Pat D's going?
Pat's going down to Florida too."
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think Pat, you're going down. You're gonna be there through Christmas, right? If I remember right.
That's awesome. I wish I could escape the cold and go into somewhere warm. Like that'd be pretty trippy. Like you go from like Pennsylvania 20, 30 degree weather into like what is it down there right now, Anthony? Probably like 70 degrees, 80 degrees or something. 60 degrees.
Back in 1991, very long time ago, when I moved out to Vegas on a spur of the moment thing, we left here in the middle of it. We left here like in February or something, and it was cold. It was snowing, freezing. We drove down there, and as we got closer and closer, man, we were just shedding layers of clothing. First the jacket came off, then the sweater came off. By the time we got down there, we were walking around t-shirts and totally looked like we didn't belong there because you could tell the people that lived there. It was like, I don't know, 65 degrees or something, and they're all bundled up. Like, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, man, like it would be pretty trippy just to get off a plane next. You know, it's like you're just randomly sweating just because it's so warm compared to what you're used to.
See, I just sold another one of them books that I just told you about right before the show.
Hey,
Those Valentine's books.
if you actually go and search and put my name in eBay, you actually see my merch. It's not as bad on eBay versus YouTube. I was hoping that it wouldn't be a Rick Ross situation, just like eBay or YouTube, I should say.
Yeah, we got to do something. Yeah. Did you ever check to see if it's like trademarked or copyrighted? The phrase.
Yeah, I checked it. There was actually the people that made the song "Every Day I'm Shuffling."
Yeah.
He tried to sue them because he said that they were stealing his basically his catchphrase or whatever, and was
Right.
trying to and took that and ran with it and made a song, and that's because how they became popular or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the courts just said that because it's such a common phrase, like every day I'm hustling or shuffling or whatever, that no one can copyright that or whatever. Yeah, I looked that up, so this way I wouldn't have to worry about any of that stuff. That's all I need is to be
Right. I'm like, I
thrown
was
in
thinking
court with
like
Rick Ross.
Nate's gonna get big, and Rick Ross is gonna come after him. He's gonna want some of his YouTube money.
Maybe that'll be the only way I can get turned viral is to get sued by Rick Ross. I'll be on the news and everything.
Right.
Anthony says I only need 21 more subs for 400. Make sure if you haven't, and share on his channel, social media. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that the growth I've seen. So, thank you so much, everyone that's that's subbed to me and watching my videos and coming and check out our lives. And I just really love and really appreciate the support from everybody that that's been with us. And it's you guys are more than just viewers. You're friends and family members of mine because I don't hang around nobody else. That's why I love going live and doing collabs with people and everything else. Like I really, really enjoy it. So if anybody has any YouTube channels they want me to come along, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. It's on my channel art, and I think my email's on there too. So yeah, send me a
And I,
message.
and I know we have some good creators in here like Tracy and Pat D's at Reselling Addicts. You guys want to go ahead and drop your links to your channels, man, so everybody can check each other out. That's quite all right because I love a lot of times being chatting. I was like, wow, I didn't even realize he had a channel. I thought they were just a watcher.
Yeah, a lot of times, like I'll look through my list. Like some people have their subs who they sub to private, but the ones that don't, and I see that they have content, I automatically subscribe to them. And this way, when they do release something, I can watch it and support them the way
Right.
they
Yeah,
support me
I
too.
subscribe to a lot of people that don't even have content just because you never know when they're gonna start. You know,
Touche.
especially if they're like active in chat and it sounds like they're throwing some knowledge or they have input on things. I'll automatically subscribe to them. Billy Picker, 14 away from 200.
Try now, Tracy.
Everybody get over there and give Billy Picker a sub. Get him up to 200, man. 200 is a pretty good milestone. I was excited when I hit 200. I was like, wow, there's 200 people that actually want to listen to what I have to say. That's awesome. Now I'm at 504.
I'm gonna throw his
Reselling Addicts drop their link. And they do some fun stuff. They're fun people to watch. Reselling Addicts is great.
Here's Philly Picker's link. Let's get him at least to 200 guys. We can get him at least 200.
That'd be great. Tracy's got a good channel. I always enjoy watching Tracy and Tommy. They're like the dynamic duo together.
Oh yeah.
But I'll also watch either one, like if they're on by themselves, because
they're great. They're a great combo off each other. They're fantastic. They're fun. They're so funny.
let's see. One thing with Tripler. I'll be honest, I'm pretty low on subs. I've been making videos for 3 months. Thanks for any subscribers. Yep, I went over there and subbed for sure. It takes time, man. It takes time. You just got to get known in the community and throw some catchy stuff out there. You know, I don't do any pre-recorded. That's probably why my growth is slow. I don't do any pre-recorded. It's all lives. This is pretty much what I do, except for maybe hosting or jumping in a hangout.
Pat D says, I'm Tracy's agent, so go there. She's better to watch than me. I'm a goof.
You know, Pat's got some good content, and he's got a couple different channels with different style content. I'm subscribed to them all, but looks-wise, Tracy is much more enjoyable to watch. Oh, there, Tracy dropped Tommy Bernard's channel. If anybody in here doesn't know who Tommy Bernard is by chance, definitely if you're a later night person and you're looking for something to do, definitely check him out, man. And him and Tracy together are on there. They'll crack you up. You got to have an open mind. And definitely check out the link that Tracy dropped.
100%. If you love to laugh and love to learn at the same time,
right?
Their night show is the one to go for.
Yep.
I just subscribed to Hunting with Tripler.
Yep.
I'm horrible with pronunciation, so if I butchered that, I'm terrible with that, so I apologize if I did. But I subbed them number 16.
Reselling Addicts has got a live at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. They're Florida, right? So what time zone would that be?
Florida should be.
They're not Florida. Where are you again? I forgot. I got them mixed up with a couple of pickers.
You need at least 100 subs to go live. But if you want to go live from your mobile, you need 1,000 subs.
Unless you use OBS mobile app. Then
good tip.
Somehow you can go live with OBS through YouTube. I've done it a couple of times.
For the picker, my videos are not very good either. They say the golden rule with videos, unless you're just a gifted person just making content, is your first 100 videos are just you kind of finding yourself and your editing style, and just fine-tuning everything.
Just getting comfortable in front of the camera. That's why I haven't done like too much pre-recorded, other than a couple little clips I think I got on there. It's the comfort thing, man. It's not even the editing. I have pretty badass editing software. I have the equipment. Just here it's easy, it's cool. There's people to talk to, people to interact with, but to just talk to yourself,
it's hard.
Not have any response or anything to kind of feed off of. I know I'm going to be one of them people.
I got you, Pat. I just haven't sent it to you. I have it. I'll send it to you hopefully after the show, if not after work. Last night I worked so late, so that is why I literally passed out of my desk last night.
Yes, Pat, we're on it. We actually put the tree up and the lights and stuff last night because we're going to do something in front of the tree. So we'll get on that, get that sent to you.
Yeah, I've talked about this a few times, just getting in front of the camera and doing lives or doing any content, I freeze up, in person, I'm just loose and funny. And the other day I was on Reselling Addicts channel and they were like, "Hey, you're talking, you're so quiet on the show." And I'm like, "Nah, just when you're doing a show with people, you try to do things so everyone can talk, and you don't want to take over the show. So I had a little more of a chance to spill the beans, or like Dee says, her many words. I had many words to say.
Hey, David, the car boot picker is in
What's
the
up?
house. Hello. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, David does trivia games, and he has a pallet video that he bought clothes.
Sure.
Angela in the house. I see them cartwheels flying around.
Anthony's going to hit another character warehouse now.
How many different like is there one for each character, or how does that work, Anthony? 'Cause I have
I,
no idea. I didn't even know there were character warehouses, honestly.
oh, yeah. How can we forget to mention Dee flipping particles in here? She has a show that usually starts within a short period, depending on how long we run, but 11 o'clock Central Time, her show starts, and noon Eastern. She's a great person to watch too. Sometimes it's just her. Sometimes she has somebody on with her. But she follows right behind us in the show. So we try to send people from our show to over to hers every day. I do my packing during these. I'm not real active in chat, but I am there. And that's why I'm just getting my stuff packed up.
I'm gonna put a tracker at the bottom for that. So this way I never forget to say that, because I always forget. Like as soon as I click, the live's over, I'm like, I forgot to tell everyone about D. I always feel bad.
What's up, Mother's Mustache?
Make sure I spelled particles right. Okay.
Billy Picker's heading to Disney next month. Everybody's going to Disney. I'm gonna have to get to Disney one of these years.
That is something I'll most definitely be going to with my kids and stuff. It's a must. I couldn't probably live myself if I couldn't get my kids down there. You know what I mean? And be totally work detached for the most part. Because the only thing I got to do is basically turn off my eBay. Well, not turn it off, but just extend my handling or whatever. Because I don't recommend doing the vacation mode. I know Tommy said it. We're talking about it I think it was on Tracy or Tommy's channel. Vacation mode basically like hides your listings for a month or something after the fact or whatever. So
Yeah, it takes forever for them to get back up. At least that's my experience. I used vacation mode twice, and I've never used it after that. I've just extended my handling time because it seemed like it took forever to gain traction again.
yeah, like I had an issue with a listing once. They suspended me, and didn't do anything wrong, and they I got back on, and next thing you know, like I swear I didn't have a sale on eBay for like 2 months, like literally no exaggeration. And then all of a sudden, like everything started going. Like I had like 5 sales that first day, so it was like literally like my store was like turned off, like it was under some type of surveillance by them or whatever. I don't know.
Nate, I hate to do this, man. I got to leave you solo just for like a minute and a half.
All right, all by myself. So how's everyone today? Hopefully, a lot of sales going on. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that tracker up, D, for any time I have a live for the morning show. This way, I don't forget. It's my reminder, and to remind everyone else to check you out. Yeah, a couple of sales going out today. Yesterday on Amazon, I did like 400, and I think I did 430 or 450. Today, I haven't really sold anything. I think I had like $31 so far. I have a nice little spike here from yesterday, so I'm really happy with how Amazon's going. And like I said, that is with without really being ungated anything, just like basically the basics and stuff. So hoping to really pump it up. I hope that at least my goal is probably at least double my gross sales on Amazon next year with the wholesale and to really source. Now that I'm using Keepa and have all the tools and I really feel comfortable, selling on Amazon, I really feel confident with my business and everything. So I'm really excited to start doing that because I can add that to my business model without even, having to really go anywhere. You know what I mean? I can have the stuff sent in, even if it's a little bit, lower margins, just an additional boost that's just going to add in profits. So hardest thing is getting that first orders or whatever. Then after that, you have like basically you're flipping your other cash flow over and over. So I'm excited to dive in and really go after some of that wholesale. He's back.
I'm back, man.
I started singing, then everyone started leaving, then they came back. No,
Well, we got 43 in here. Let's see if we can get a few more of them thumbs up people for Nate.
Yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming over and checking us out and everything, man. Because I know once I started doing the first couple shows, everyone wasn't accustomed to me being on the Wednesday show, and today was a special show because Anthony's away. So I'm glad everyone came over, and like I said, I apologize for doing not doing the live early enough, so this way set reminders last night or whatever. Yeah, Pat, that was I think I'm close to 7,500 for the month for the last 30 days, which that's where I was earlier in the year. Like it says, like I'm up like 50% or something from like the last 30 days or whatever, but or no, 68% from the last 30 days. But honestly, that was a more of a cash flow problem. So I'm basically right where I'm at, where I was like a few months ago. So I'm really, going quick. Tracy said that was the quickest poop ever. Bargain effect. He dropped it like it's hot.
I pinched it off quick, man. I didn't want to leave you alone too long.
He used baby wipes and all, so he can get it right out real fast. Reselling Addict says, I'm going to try and pick Nate's brain. You can pick my brain anytime. I love helping people. I really do. Like, some people, they say that, and it's kind of, sometimes they say that, and I feel like, they don't really mean that because they don't go back and answer some questions. But honestly, with me, I really do. I try to help everyone that I ever come in contact with because I want to give back to the people that got me started in the reselling because I owe them a lot of, everything that I've gained. You know what I mean? The cash income, the financial freedom. And like, if I say I get fired, knock on wood, I don't want to get fired yet, but say if I got fired, like, I have cash flow coming in for my family, which is priceless for me because I'm a husband of 3 kids and a wife that and a poochie, Cujo. They all got to eat and they all need a roof over their head. So I want to make sure that they never have to worry about not having what they need.
Pat says I got to stop talking shit.
Yeah, Pat, it was cold this morning. I had to take my son to work, and not to work, to school. My son better not be going to work. Take my son to school, and man, it was cold out there. I had ice all over my windows and everything. I'm not liking this at all. Eric Bishop says he's up 13,000% over last year. That's awesome. I wonder. I don't think I can pull up anything else. I think the only thing else I can pull up for on the app is like this month. This month so far, I've done $2,800 this month, which is up 57%. Like I said, I'm thrilled with how Amazon's going, and it's only going to get better for me.
Yeah, reselling addicts. We talked about that earlier. We're going to do some hangouts and some OBS this weekend. Last weekend just was crazy running around, and I fell out, so I didn't get to do the OBS walkthrough that I was going to do for you guys. But definitely this weekend, whenever Nate's freed up. I ain't going anywhere. So
You heard it here first, folks. So if you don't see OBS, the OBS hookup, you can blame Tommy now.
yep, there's some OBS instructionals.
Yeah, I wanna do that. I think with that, I would really want to do the what's sold videos with it. I think it looks really really professional. I like it a little better than how I did it before, um, and it's just cool to be able to do different things instead of having my mess slash inventory behind me or whatever. Because some people don't like that or whatever. So we got to start looking professional.
Hunting with Tripler says he's so appreciative. He went from 9 to 19 subs in 10 minutes. That's awesome. See if we can squeeze a couple more.
For sure.
Couple people get over there and sub to Hunting with Tripler.
Yeah, I mean, I started my YouTube channel in September, and I'm almost at 400 subs, which is amazing. $10 says I have two Beanie Babies. One have errors. One is rare. Dollar price from 200 to or 500 to 2. What price I need to list it at? Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head that much about beanies. Best I could say would be to use just comp it on eBay, or use what's that called? Terapeak, or what is the other one? There's another one too. I can't remember what it's called.
There's a few out there. That PickClick too. Also, it will comp across multiple platforms. Like it'll check Macari and not that Beanie Babies would be on Poshmark, but it'll check like all the different selling platforms, and then give you the average sell through, the average price. So, yeah, it says check it on Worth Point.
Yeah, that's the other one, Worth Point. That's right. Yeah, I mean, if it's something rare, you definitely want to have some data, because if not, you might be really, losing, a lot of money that you could be making.
Yeah, and if you're not sure after coming, I mean, start high, because you can always come down, but you can't go up once it sells. If there's something that I don't know about, I'll always start on the higher end and then gradually bring it down.
Another thing would be a decent idea. Start the auction at a certain price and just let it roll. Maybe you get lucky and it can go. If you're happy with 500, or you think that's kind of where it's at, set it at 500 and then let it roll and see if anybody bids it up all the way up. Because if it's rare like that, I mean, I'm sure they're in demand because the price is so high that you really might be able to cash in more than even that. So yeah, I mean, you might also want to just do a buy now, put it up really high, but have see how many watchers hit it too. If you have the watchers on it like recently I said, then maybe then do the auction, like switch it to auction. Those type items are the only thing I would really auction off. I'm really nervous when it comes to eBay and auctions. So if it's not something that's super rare or whatever, then I'm sketchy to do it, because I'm nervous I would lose my butt off with it.
Right. I consistently run auctions. I usually have anywhere between 7 to 15 auctions going at any given time. But they're low end auctions. They're starting at 99 cents, because it's just usually older inventory that I just want to get out of my way. Now it's going to end up back at the thrift store if I don't do something with it. But I like doing the auction things, even though a lot of it doesn't sell, but it gets a lot of traffic. People coming in. I'm hoping that might encourage them to look around my store and be like, oh, what else does he have cheap?
Right.
Maybe come across something they want.
Get combined shipping on some stuff.
I do have more traffic in my store if I have auctions going versus not.
Now, when you do your auctions like that, do you have anything where you have volume pricing, where say they bought one or two other items Like if they get an additional, say 10% or anything. Do you do anything like that?
I do. Well, I don't require them to, like, I know a lot of people have that require buyer to pay immediately or something. I don't have that, so I encourage them to add their items to the cart, and then they can message me and I can do a combined shipping and then invoice them the proper amount.
I've thought about adding like a little extra discount for someone to buy an extra item or two. Still do the discount shipping and everything, but like even throw in like an extra few percent, like nothing huge, but like an extra 5 maybe or something added on.
I'll do that with my multi-quantity listings. If somebody buys 2, I'll knock 5% off. If they buy 3, I'll give them like 7%. The more they buy, I definitely do of the same product. But yeah, I never really thought about doing it across the store.
Yeah, like because my whole thing, like I want to start doing is trying to get a higher, um, purchase, per shipment. You know what I mean? Where because
Right.
a lot of the stuff I sell is like in the like say 15 to 20 or whatever, and there's some stuff more, but for the most part, it's in that like cheaper sweet spot kind of stuff, bread and butter stuff. So, um, I'm hoping to like say if it was like clothing items and stuff, like if I can get 2 shirts go out instead of one, I mean like it would just like I think it would help drive some sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this year is going to be. I'm going to try a couple different things. More of a. I'm going to be more of a little more of a risk taker for sure, especially with eBay because I want to pump that up where, like I said, I want to have it more, at least 60-40 or 70-30 at the worst, with Amazon to eBay because I know my Amazon is going to really take off next year. Like I don't have a doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. So that's why I'm keeping it. I'm kind of automatically guesstimating what I'm going to grow to that. So I'm hoping next year. I'm hoping to do at least 12,000 a month
Nice.
in gross sales. Hopefully, that would be like my minimum. I'm hoping to grow to. Because like if I can get some of the other stuff that sells, every day, wholesale stuff, and I'm adding more money in or whatever.
Right. Right. Now, can I ask you, Nate, what when you because I always hear people talk the gross sales, but in reality, what's important is what are your net. So like what type of percentage are you looking at for
For my
for
on my for my sales for Amazon,
yeah.
I'll pull it up right now. That's why I like Aura. It tells me like
Yeah, see,
all my
reseller man asked the same thing. What is your net on 12 grand?
my return on investment's 149%, and my profit on that is $2,400.
There you go. Because I think a lot of people, like, especially when they're watching, Steak Storage Wars, for example, they sit there and say, oh, they bought this locker for this amount of money and then they sold everything for this much profit, but not really, because some of them guys, they're bringing employees to unload these lockers and the fuel to get there, and then their cost of selling, so I like to hear real numbers,
Right.
because otherwise people are like, man, I can go and I can buy this stuff and send it in and I can make 12,000 a month because, well, that's what they said. It's like, no, that's not what they said, but that's how people interpret it.
Yeah, I'm hoping, if I'm doing 12 grand a month, then I'm hoping my profit would, get towards it like 4 grand, maybe even 4.5, 5. I guess it also depends on what I'm buying. I'm the one to more of the,
Right.
I'm hoping that just more of the RA growth, and then I'm hoping to add like some wholesale on top of that. I'm hoping that's my plan. Now, if that's going to happen, we'll see. But I'm really hopeful and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get there, because right now I have a couple of replenishables that I send in, and that whole 30-day mark, most of that was out without one of my best replenishables, because the place where I get it from, they decided that they wanted to take 2 weeks to send it out, which that never happens, because I always, purchase it early, and then when it gets in, I have like 10 left, which will last me a few days, because I usually sell about, let me see, I usually sell, let me look it up. In the last month, those sales, I sold 47 units, which that's down because, like I said, I didn't have them for 2 weeks. So I'm going to say around 80 items I'd probably would have sold. That's usually what I sell a month. So, you know, um, if I'd have had that within this month, man, like that'd have been even better, because my ROI on that item, on average, for that was 174%. So that's almost like, for example, if the item costs $1, then I would almost make, almost $2. You know what I mean? Like basically like a $1.75. So I mean, that's not what it is, but I'm just, trying to make it simple to figure out. But
Right, right.
that's pretty good. So that would have raised my profits even higher, and my gross would have been even higher. So um, I'm hoping to find some more stuff like that, and I just need more time to source and look. So if I have some of that wholesale stuff, it will free me up a little bit better to be able to look at stuff. Yeah, like Eric says, like he shoots for 100% ROI. That's exactly what I do, and that's why my ROI on some of that stuff is a little bit. My average for my 30 days is 150, 149% ROI. So I'm actually, doing even more than what I initially hoped to get or whatever. So with wholesale, I'm getting, you know, I'm going to guess around 20-30%. So it's going to be a little less, but it's also going to be more of a guaranteed stream of income and profit. So, like I said, I'm trying to creep that into the equation to help with some guaranteed cash. So if I do go full time, then that's almost like banking a paycheck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for example, like I'm used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. It's like say $1,500 roughly. You know what I mean? So now I have to try and replace that. So which way can I replace that? You add in the wholesale. Now if I get engaged in more stuff, now I'm able to, get more stuff sent in and pushed in. So that will help bring in some more money. So like right now I'm almost like I'm pretty close to what I make a month, eBay and Amazon combined, when I make it work. So now I want to add to that and kind of replace that income, like if I would cut it out. So if I'm able to do that, then I would be able to go full time. So I'm just making sure I'm basically kind of set up before I
Right.
really do the push for it.
And that's smart, because you don't want to jump out any windows without a parachute.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I would hate to see my kids' faces, like, having to, worry about, needing
But
this or that,
sales were slow this week. We're going to the soup kitchen.
Dad's gonna make his Chi-Chis again. But
Yeah.
Dad, we had that last time. So yeah, so basically for me, like, with everything that I do, I pay my bills and I reinvest everything, like everything. Like right now, my bank account is on is on the lows because it's right before my Amazon deposit and stuff like that. So I really run my cash down. You know what I mean? To basically nil till my deposit comes, and then it kind of refunnels itself. Bye, Tracy. Have a good
Yep.
day. Hope
Catch you
you're
later,
live
Tracy.
later.
We'll see you around here Monday. Monday.
Yeah, and like Scott says, then I have healthcare, like insurance and stuff I have to worry about too. So that's even more money that would have to be in the mix or whatever. So it's going to be a process. It's just going to be getting to a level of cash in hand not invested, but in hand, that I'm like, okay, I can, if I have a horrible month or a horrible 2 months, can I stay afloat with this much money? That's basically where I want to be at. Yeah, like that's the only thing I like about having the job, bluegrass pickers, is like, I have the insurance, and then I have like extra sourcing money on top of the money I'm making and everything. So like for example, say Tommy had a bad month, you know what I mean? Like, because he is full time the way he is, it's way more of a stressor than if I had a bad month, because no matter what, my bills are going to get paid with my paychecks. My everything extra, like for the kids and for my business growth, would suffer. But, you know, once that stuff sells, then I would be, back going good again. Hey, Misha, how are you doing? But that's basically my plan for this year. Like, it's really to push the envelope and really go deep, and hopefully go deep in some great buys, and get some business cards, get some connections out there, and really kind of you know go all in basically. Because now, after I've been reselling for a year and a half now, I really feel very confident with everything that I know, and I've really been putting a lot of the stuff I've been doing into it as well. So it's helped a lot. Tell me, how long have you been reselling for?
Man, I've been reselling like forever, man, since junior high school with Now Laters. But I've always, for the most part, have been I can't say self-employed, but I was a self-sustaining hustler.
Right.
I went legit with it like 5 years ago. Created the business, registered with the IRS, all of that. But I've been reselling forever. I just used to do it on a different scale. I used to flip a lot of cars. That was my main thing. Then Wisconsin changed up. You can only sell so many cars a year without a wholesale license. To get a wholesale license, you got to be vetted, and parts of history ain't going to allow me to be vetted for a wholesaler. So I had to kind of change what I was doing. I wasn't into this small stuff where I'm making 10, 25, $40 on things. I was used to buying, a $400 car, putting another $200 into it and selling it for, 1,700, $2,000. So I've always been pretty much a reseller. I worked very minimal, like punch the clock jobs. I had a few.
Hmm.
It just wasn't for me. I wasn't good at working for somebody else. I didn't want to make somebody else rich. I want to put the money in my pocket. And it also bugged me with people that like had businesses and wouldn't like run them to their max potential. And I just see like all this money just wasting away in potential ways that they could make money. So I was like,
Right.
man, I need to stop worrying about their business, and I need to make me into a business. So that's what I did about 5 years ago. Is I actually went business wise, and I wish I would have did it a long time ago, because I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna have no Social Security when I retire.
Right.
It's gonna suck. So I got to make my money now, and I got to bank money. The only one that's going to support my retirement is me. So that's one of the bad things about this
Well,
part.
that's what makes reselling good, though. Like, especially in my case, like I started the game of actually working legit jobs and stuff late in life, and so a normal person my age would probably have a nice, so far a nice 401k or whatever set aside. I don't. I started doing my 401k like a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, I'm way behind, so I'm trying to sock away as much as I can to that, and still try and grow my business, because I do want to have a little bit of that coming in too, to kind of help down the line with everything. And you know it's it's going to be like every day I go to work and everything, it's a struggle because I know I could do so much better. Like I'm very good at what I do. Like I'm not the best person in the world doing what I do, but I've been doing it all my life, so I know how to work. I know how everything goes. But you go to a job and they have you switch something up where it doesn't make any sense. Like for example, this it might sound ridiculous, but my boss has us have scheduled breaks. Okay, like I would take my lunch and my first break like earlier in the day because we're not so busy. But he wants us to take our lunch at 5 o'clock when that's when all of our trucks come in to unload and everything. So I told my boss, I'm like, how do you expect us to take lunch when we have all these trucks to do, and then around that time is when the pickers come in, and we're like hustling around them, and they need the product put on, put away so they can pick it. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
and like talking to him is like talking to a wall. So, like I'd end up doing kind of what I want to do anyway, but he kind of just whines about it or whatever. But um, it's just really frustrating. You know what I mean? Like I'm basically I don't know if I'm like stuck in the position I am, but if they end up you know if they don't grow the business like I expect them to, I will be stuck in that position. You know what I mean? So there's no desk job for me because let's face it, anyone who's ever worked a physical labor job or a warehouse job, your body starts to to go bad on you basically. Like I have a bad back and a bad knee. Um, luckily for me, that's all I have wrong with me up to this point. Um, so I mean, there's people I see they're 6 years old still doing it. And I'm like, how did you get through it? You know what I mean? Like, because they didn't have all the technologies that we do, like with the lifts and everything. Like, well, for the most part, and all this stuff that makes things a little bit easier. Um, but yeah, like it's just the little things that just really tick you off at work and just makes you really want to just like every day I go to work and it's like I'm walking into like I feel like I'm walking into a jail cell. That's basically the feeling I get. Like it's like, okay, go into your cage, little birdie. Like that's why I feel like walking into my
Yeah.
into work. Like and you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like I don't want
And
to be here, but I
and
can't. I
that's the
have to.
same feeling that I used to get, and I just didn't like it, and that's why I always had problems with going and punching the clock. You see, Kelly Econ mom said that her parents dragged her to the grocery store to get a job 2 weeks before she turned 16. See, I was fortunate where my dad had a junkyard, auto parts salvage yard. So I grew up with the whole reselling mindset. I mean, from the time I was wee little, I watched him. He'll pay 40, $50 for a junk car, bring it in, and he sells the tranny for 175. He sells the windshield for 40. He sells the taillights for another 40. All said is done. He makes $300-400 off this junk car that he paid 40, $50 for, and now he sends what's left to the scrapyard and gets his initial $40 back.
Right.
To get sends it off to get crunched and melted down. So I kind of grew up with the whole buy low, sell high, piece things out. That it was just instilled in my brain from childhood.
Right.
Like I used to go, like I say, I was reselling since junior high school, and now later stop at the store on the way, pick up a box of Little Debbie's, a few packs of now laters, and break the box open of Little Debbie's that I paid 50 cents for, and I'm selling them for 50 cents a piece, 6 to a box.
Right. Yeah. Like my dad, started his business when I was 5. So the his business is basically very similar to what I do now at my other job, and you know I've just grown into business. You know what I mean? I've seen everything. I understand a lot of the costs that are involved in the daily operations. Of running a business, what it costs, and I have a very good grip of what is needed to do it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they'll tell me like just quit your job now and just do it. And I'm like, if I could, I would, man. I just can't. I'm not ready financially. If I was, it wouldn't even be a question because I know I can do it. I have that much confidence to, because the way I look at it, if I'm going to do this, I got one shot, and I have one good shot at doing this because if I don't want to put, my family into dire straits for any reason unless I'm ready. I got one shot to prove to my family that I can do this on my own and not have a job and to run a business that I do. And, I just want to make sure that, I'm at least mostly where I expect to be for it. But we never know. Who knows? My company could get sold, and I mean, it already got sold once while I've been there, and it could get sold and parted out, or who knows? So I'm just always, I'm always ready, or going to try and be as ready as I can. And like Eric Bischoff says, if I have to work longer than I expect to, then 100% I'm going to be putting in, all that money into my retirement and stuff like that, because I can, from what I understand, you can put up to 18,000 a year in your 401k. So I can set it up like if I'm just gonna rock out and work until basically I can't anymore. Then that's what I'm gonna do and just keep running the business the way I'm doing it and just keep doing it like I've been doing. But that's not what I hope to do at all. Like I hope in the next year or two, worst case scenario 5, that I'll be full time. Hey, Lynn. Good morning. Yeah, Mark Pest says I quit working for others when I turned 40 and went full time reselling, which may be why done I haven't had the aches and pains now 20 years later. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like you're saving your body, a lot of stress depending on what that job was. Like mine's 50-pound, 100-pound cases, all day. Now I don't do a lot of the carrying that I used to do with my dad's, but you know, it's a pounding. You know what I mean? But then if I'm able to go full time, I'm also going to try and take care of my body more because you know I'm going to depend on myself physically, like with my legs and everything else, doing all the walking and sourcing and everything else. Like it's going to be a lot of in and out of the car and stuff I'll be doing. So I'm going to basically get myself better.
Yeah, you got to stay healthy, man. Because 2.5 years ago, I got ill and I was put in the hospital. Had to have an emergency surgery and stuff. And I was put in the hospital for a week, and that was another thing that was bad. Is Destiny didn't know anything, anything at all about this end of the business or shipping stuff out, and it hurt. She couldn't keep the store active. She had no idea how to do that. I wasn't well enough to really. I mean, they had me on so many meds and stuff to do it from the hospital, but I had to painkiller doped up walkers through shipping and stuff like that. It took an impact on your store. So
Yeah,
you definitely got to have a backup plan. I mean, that woke us up and it was like, look, I know you don't enjoy reselling. It's not your thing, but you need to learn it at least. You only got to do it on a daily basis, but you got to learn it because if anything like that happens again, we don't want to take another hit like that.
right. Hunting with Tripler would ask if we would talk about our bread and butter items to sell. We sell, like for me, on eBay, it would be like the video game consoles, electronics, um, plush. If you get it cheap enough, is really good. Yeah, especially like the Disney stuff. If Anthony was here, he's the plush king. He has tons of it. He gets it really cheap, and it sells pretty well. Clothing is very good. Just make sure you buy specific, the better brands like the Nikes and the Under Armours and stuff, and the Peter Millars and Pendletons, and got to really research the brands, vintage stuff, band shirts. Trying to think what else. Collectibles, Funkos. Um,
My bread and butter, my main things that this is why I want to get into liquidation so I can buy more of it than I can currently find now, because when I get it now, it's just like it's out the door. And that's anything, and I'm not going to be specific, but when you go to your thrift stores and stuff, you go to the rummage sales, look at your home medical devices. Anything I pick up for like home medical or home physical therapy, I mean, from oxygen tubing to CPAP mask. You can't sell the machine, but you can sell anything like that. That stuff sells, and it sells fast.
for sure.
And then
I mean,
small electronics too.
yeah,
Digital cameras, MP3 players, tablets, the handheld games, all of that stuff too. Real quick.
phones like any basically anything Apple. You know, there's a huge market for just the Apple stuff, even the older stuff. You could buy the older phones for really cheap, and people buy it for parts and just to have the nostalgia or collection of having it. Um, you know, you'll see some people that they'll buy like the I think it's the iPhone 6 just for the camera, the post like from for eBay and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean that's basically like the bread and butter stuff that I like.
Cracker Locker says we just got rid of a ton of stuff like that since we thought you could not sell it. Yeah, see, that's the thing is you can't go on there and you can't sell like a CPAP machine and setup and stuff. You can't do it. You can't sell anything complete like that that requires a prescription to get. But what you can do is break it apart and sell pieces for parts. And then like oxygen tubing, anything like that. I mean, even wrist braces, knee braces, that stuff sells quick. Air boots, you see air boots in the thrift store for a dime a dozen, man. And I literally pay like $1, $2 for them. I sell them for 40, $45.
I think what Tripler asked if the Funko market is going to bottom out. The one thing that you could do to protect yourself if that happens, like when I buy Funko, I'll buy them for really cheap in lots. Like if someone has say like 50 of them, like I bought a lot of 20 for one day. I think I paid like $2 a piece. Even the the exclusive ones through that are different retailers and stuff. There were all those type of ones. You just gotta make sure you buy them for the right price, especially if there are not a lot of common ones. I mean, if there are a lot of common ones, you want to make sure to pay very cheap for them because you might only get $8, a piece for them or something at the most. So main thing is just be very self conscious on price and what you're buying stuff at because no matter what, if you have a Funko for $5, it's to get your money back. $5 plus shipping. If you had to do that, you could still do that and make a profit or a small profit, or at least get your money back. Yeah, but I hope it doesn't. The Funko market's been very cool. I enjoy buying them. I just bought a couple Batman ones that I bought that I really hope they don't sell because I might keep them for myself. So it's like how Anthony said like the other day. He goes, you buy stuff and it's like you hope it doesn't sell. And we talked about this yesterday. That's kind of one of my items that I'm actually going to keep. Hope to keep and just have them stashed around. Well, everyone, it's starting to get close to 12 o'clock, and I got to pack one item. So we're going to cut it off. Any last things you want to say, Tommy?
Um, yeah, just make sure that anybody that doesn't happen to be in here that isn't subscribed to my channel, if you're liking this style of content, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Also Pittsburgh's channel because this is a rotating show Monday through Friday. And tomorrow we'll be having family flips. We're flipping Friday on the show on a regular basis. And Monday, we're going to be having Uniquely Me Tracy and possibly Tommy Bernhard on the show. Tracy will be there for sure. Possibly Tommy. So
all of our descriptions of the channels are down below. Also, my eBay store in case anyone wanted to check out the merch or just wanted to buy some stuff for Christmas. It's appreciated but not expected. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. I always appreciate the support. Uh, we had an awesome show. Miss Anthony, hope he has a great time on his trip. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on Tommy's channel. So everyone have a great day.